Hey YouTube, it's Nebros. We're back with another video. We're going to go for some Shoe0nHead here. This video uploaded 19 minutes ago, so I haven't seen it yet either. Let's go. I love how YouTube is like experiencing
Hello, friends,
interruptions.
and
Yeah, I know damn why I'm experiencing interruptions, YouTube, and so do you.
welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now, before you ask, yes, there is
Ugly
an
Belle
Epstein Files
Delphine.
video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I am taking my time with
Yeah,
it.
it
I'm
kind
sure
of
you
does.
understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
Is
Jewish.
Jewish.
I
just want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious?
Gentlemen,
Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust.
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about these satanic billionaire pedophiles running the world, and let's talk about some internet drama, shall we?
The Epstein Files genuinely scare me because, like, how deep and how far back does that go? Like, wouldn't be surprised if my own country's leaders are on there. Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet. To the
Yeah, I was called a racist because I like white chocolate.
point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell?
Yeah, these days when I get called a Nazi or like a racist or whatever, I'm like, yeah, and...
But ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the point where not saying anything also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel who are employed, there's a very popular
Recently employed. Yeah, I'm still in training, but recently employed.
Twitch streamer named Emaru. She's a
Emmy!
cosplayer, just kind of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day,
She's
someone in
cute.
our chat asked her opinion about ice, and this is what she had to say.
I like ice, it cools my drinks.
There's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to like say their opinions on like important topics. I get that, right? But it's like if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world where it seems like every single celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted, this was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane, rational, inoffensive thing to say.
Yes, it does. Yes, it is. And that's exactly the problem. Because we're not dealing with rational, sane, level-headed people.
Right? Wrong. This short
Wrong.
little clip where
You're
he
wrong!
ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2 months, don't
Yeah,
you? Every day
yeah,
there's like
it does
a
feel
breaking
like
story
that.
of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're usually not seeing the full picture.
Yeah, very seldom, and that's why if you're not a complete and utter moron, you don't weigh in until you actually know the facts. How did Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock put it? Data, 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 I cannot make bricks without clay.
That's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor,
Ad.
Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we jump into today's video, shall we?
That looks like groin news. Yeah, because the U is cut, so it looks like a double I, so it's G-R-A, so it's grained newsed. I'm talking crap. Never mind.
Ground News is a website and an app that lets you see
Why
how
does
news
she look
stories
so
are
good
being
as a
covered
blonde, though?
all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and really make sure you're getting both sides. They really make it fun and easy to compare headlines to see how political bias and media ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, let's take a look at this one about how RFK admits he used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. If you look it up on Ground
We've all been there, RFK. Don't worry.
News, News, a right-wing headline covers it like this: RFK revealed why he wasn't scared of COVID. It was a legendary answer. And a left-wing outlet covers the same story like this: Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't fear germs, and his reason is really, really gross.
Well, you know, to be fair, both are true.
Same story, completely different vibes. The ground news feature I like the most is the blind spot tool. It shows you how news stories have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Hillary Clinton says migration has gone too far. Rare Hillary Clinton W.
Yes.
Suspicious. 37 sources covered it. 91% of those sources were right-wing, and only 4% were left-wing. Interesting.
No, not really. Predictable, yeah. Because, you know, it kind of invalidates the left's narrative on migration, so.
Or this one about how middle-class Americans are selling plasma because of financial pressure. Americans are selling their blood because they're so poor. 71% of the sources that covered this were left-wing, and only 14% were right-wing. I have been using ground news for like
I got nothing for that one.
5 years now, and I am obsessed. It is one of the first apps I open when I wake up in the morning.
That's
It really helps
sad.
me stay informed and helps me keep up with the news for my videos. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center recognized ground news as an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. This comes to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of a cup of coffee nowadays. To get the 40% discount, just go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here, or click the link in the video description down below to subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad,
You're welcome. I'm not going to buy, but you're welcome.
as always. Right? And now, let's get back to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about the drama surrounding Emaru, the people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious tweets, of course, and then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the Crybullies.
I don't like Crybullies. Don't dish it out if you can't take it.
Prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop for you.
Prepubescent boys wish they looked as good as you.
If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People
Just want to go back to that video quick. ICE, I don't think their training is long enough. They went from like 40 or 52 weeks to down to 8 weeks. Yeah, it's a drastic reduction. So, yeah, they need to sort that out.
come to me to hear my political opinions. Not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to
Are there really? Are there really lots of other things to talk about, you?
look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane, rational opinion. So of course, like, half the internet had a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to say ICE.
Again, like I said in my video reacting to denims, they don't want her opinion. They want her to repeat their opinion. It's not that hard. It's just not that hard to say fuck ICE. Repeat my opinion. Say what I want you to say. That's what it was about. That's why they were upset.
It's really not that hard to say f ICE, to be
Again.
honest. Is it so hard to just say f ICE?
That's 3.
It's really not hard to say f ICE.
4.
Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say f ICE?
5.
How hard is it to just say f ICE?
6.
How hard is it to just say f ICE and move
7.
on? Oh my god. Just say f ICE. It's not
8.
hard. Is it so hard to just
See, they don't want her opinion. They want their opinion.
say the line? Say the line. Say it! Jesus Christ, like, at this point, even if Emaru did want to, like, abolish ICE, even if she really did think, f ICE, she shouldn't say it. Like, I wouldn't say it at this point, because this is just, like, This is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing after you.
Yeah, like even if fuck ice was how I felt at that point, I would be like, you know what? No. Power to ice, glory to ice, just to spite you miserable fucks. That's what I would do.
Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you. Fuck Ice, fuck Donald
Yeah.
Trump, and everyone in his
So no, Damien Haas. While it is super easy to stream and have opinions, what you want is for people to have your opinion.
administration. Fuck Elon Musk, free Palestine. U.S. is on stolen land built by stolen people. Luigi did nothing wrong. Abortion is healthcare.
Who the
Leave
fuck
trans
is
people the
Luigi?
fuck alone. These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just
Yeah.
like copy pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass. Hey, it's super easy. It's crazy. Like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths, and now he's
Yeah.
out here like, men should not be speaking.
he's like, my opinions matter, and you're a racist and a Nazi, and just because you don't agree with me, and I'm gonna go sit in a corner and cry about it.
Speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The part
Yeah.
that really seemed to kick this all off was made
Send these
by
people to it.
Denims, the
Maybe they can
self-described
talk
largest
people to
female
death.
political streamer. Only because I don't stream Denims. Only because I don't stream.
You could make an absolute killing if you streamed Shoe. Absolutely, you would rival Asmongold. I'm damn sure you would.
Anyway, I don't have any like personal beef with Denims. This isn't like an own Denims video. We used
She has beef with you just because you breathe air.
to be kind of cool years ago, but she apparently has some opinions on Emaru, so let's hear her out. Never
Oh,
thought
God.
I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. First of all, she's not fence-sitting. She's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like, in order to fence-sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you...
She's at a Starbucks on one end. She's in Santa Monica, and the fence is in New York. That's how far away Emiru is from the fence in this particular situation.
You even know what her opinion is. Second of all, modern Gestapo. Why about
Hang on.
politics? Like, in order to fence it, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is?
She doesn't know what Emiru's opinion is. She's inferring it by her lack of the same, and therefore she's making an assumption.
Second of all, modern Gestapo. Why is everything the f***ing Holocaust? It's totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally
Sure.
understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys
Yeah, I wish these people. I wish people comparing ICE to like the SS and the Gestapo and stuff. I wish they could go back to the 1940s and experience what that was like in real time. Maybe, and then they can come back here and maybe retract and apologize for their retardation.
get tired of this shit? Like,
Yeah.
don't you guys get tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a while? Everything is Nazis, everything is the Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like,
Yeah.
what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this racist chud. Like, where did the race...
Well, I don't know. Napoleon wasn't that bad. He wasn't a great guy, but certainly wasn't on the level of the Nazis and Hitler. But yeah, what did they use to compare back before 1938? I mean, the Germans weren't popular after 19 when was it? 1915? I forget when did World War One start? World War One start date 1914. Yeah, so I was in the ballpark. So Germany wasn't too popular between 1914 and, well, from 1918 onwards. But yeah, what did they compare? Anyway.
racism part. Like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about cars or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emerald likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing. There are plenty
Yeah.
of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN.
Yeah,
Most
there you
people,
go.
most normal people are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their political takes completely unprompted. I don't
Mhm.
care what Glub Shitto thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shitto have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a fucking baby bird?
It's a brilliant pause, by the way. I like this pause screen. Sorry, Shu. It's validation, that's why. If a celebrity says repeats your opinion back to you, then that must mean you're right. Never mind if the celebrity happens to be a retard.
Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Please.
I watched Chainsaw Man, and as much as I liked Himeno, I would not like what happened between him and Denji, between Himeno and Denji. I did enjoy Power's reaction to it, though. If you know, you know.
Don't answer that.
She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say ICE.
And yeah, like I said in my video reacting to this, there it is. She doesn't want Emiru's opinion. She wants Emiru to spew her opinion back to her. I'm going to sound like a broken record with this, but that's exactly what the situation is.
It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What?
Yeah.
You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic.
Absolutely.
You don't just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella.
Yeah, and she's an idiot.
Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And even she's capable of saying ICE.
Because she's so audience captured that if she doesn't, she'll go bankrupt. That's why.
What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say ICE.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emiru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emiru?
ICE. Okay, but unironically though, them.
Who is this
Straight
girl?
up. Hey, them. Yeah, it's them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's you too. You know what I mean? It's
Buy me dinner first.
really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we all proud of her? By the way, where are all her friends during all of this? Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Well, Tectone lost a civil case regarding sexual assault allegations and everything. He tried to pass it off as failing a vibe check, but let's be clear, let's be honest. They don't hit you, they don't slap you with a 10-year protective order and force you to give up all your firearms based on failing vibes. Okay, so I don't know the whole story. I'll wait to see if Tectone ever comes back to share his insights and whatever, because right now I've only got one side of the story and it's pretty damning. But yeah. He's not my favorite right now. As for Asmongold, he defended Emiru, and I don't know who else she might be referring to.
This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention. Now this
I remember
girl
this.
is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't even know this woman, and I am sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it.
If you're above
And
the
it
age
should.
of 18, you should care about politics in your country. You don't.
No, if you're above the age of 18, you do not have to care about politics. I would say get yourself informed, know what's going on around you so you can make a proper choice with voting, whether you believe the votes are rigged or not. But yeah, you do not have to care about politics. Most people care about making rent and buying food at the same time. So, you know, if you're above the age of 18, you're probably working minimum wage anyway. Which pro tip, go to McDonald's. McDonald's raised their minimum wage from the federal $7 an hour to $15 an hour. So, yeah, McDonald's not a bad spot to get minimum wage. And be smart about your money.
Get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not gonna pay for it. You can't say like, well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have
Hey, Denims, you can't just say, I don't care about fair use, and then play somebody else's video while you walk off camera on your own stream.
an opinion on a political topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this weird idea in America.
You don't have to care about you can say, I don't care about politics, and the government says, well, you know what, we don't really give a shit. You tell the government, you say, I don't care about taxes, I'm just not going to pay it. Now the IRS is knocking on your door. And likely going to send you to jail for tax evasion. That's how they got Capone.
Especially where like you can just be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics. What?
The nice part about being an adult, Denims, you probably wouldn't know this because you never grew up, clearly, is being an adult means you don't actually have to care about anything, really. You can choose what you care about.
Many people, most people, do not care that much about politics. I know for you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy,
Yep.
I know. But man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before
No, you won't.
I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for the average person to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over and spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And
Well, you know, if I can make money from it, I'm okay with that. Because I like to be wined and dined before I get fucked.
unfortunately, the people who are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly,
Yeah, there's an old saying, I'm probably going to butcher it, but it goes something like, those who are smart enough to avoid politics are doomed to be ruled by those who aren't.
Emaru wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care
Yeah.
a lot about like skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about like peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit? I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to anime gooner men. No mind of her own. I never liked Emaru.
What is this cookie cutter bullshit? Like, mind of her own, mind of her own. We just saw like 3-4 tweets about using that exact phraseology. Are these bots? Is that why?
So finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice.
There we go.
Audacity! If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would
Exactly.
have mindlessly just been like, F ICE. If Emaru came out and was like, actually, I think ICE is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah yes, she has a mind of her own?
No.
Absolutely not. They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion. They are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The
Exactly.
absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg. So what I'm
Yeah, and they use the same phraseology, like the mind of their own. There were what, 4 or 5 different people there using that exact phraseology, and they want to throw shade at Emiru saying she doesn't have a mind of her own. Come on, man.
gathering is that Emaru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty, incel, Asian fetisher weirdos, and is okay with that, but draws the line at saying ICE is bad. Emaru and Asmon's audience
Well,
are the same. Incels love Emaru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship.
your profile picture is that of an animated dog. Fuck off.
She definitely cultivated an audience who, in the end of all things, are reactionary. She appeals to violent
Oh, her audience is reactionary. The lack of self-awareness is quite astounding.
racists who fetishize Asian women. What the f is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip of
Is
them,
she
like,
Asian?
saying sucky sucky $5 or something, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
where this is coming from. And this
But Emiru doesn't have the mind, doesn't have a mind of her own, guys. These people all saying the exact same thing, but Emiru is the one who doesn't have a mind of her own. These guys literally, Shoe0nHead Shoe said that they operate like the Borg. They sound like the Borg. They're all saying the same shit.
the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model. Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person to be talking about fetishization here? The
What did I say about lack of self-awareness?
most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how fucking petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer CaseyTron.
It reminds me of whenever Amaranth started wearing a
Damn, she got some city miles on her, man. Holy crap.
cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like,
I'm still trying to figure out what's in the cartons there. Like, that's clear. This here is clearly ice cream. But what is that, like an apple pie or something? And what is all this? Looks like potatoes and gravy with some herbs and stuff in it. Maybe that's chicken? I don't know.
full Nazi basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas
Oh my
girls in,
God.
like, these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats, that's whenever you gotta watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing a cowboy hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back behind the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know
Yeah.
that she probably has like weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because
You use the word incel like 5 million times per day. It means nothing coming out of your stupid mouth.
like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal to the worst type of men. Because, like, really misogynistic, shitty incel-like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinions.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start with this one. I'm still trying to process what she's saying.
I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women. Her whole platform is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men.
Your platform, you're a Hassan Piker orbiter. Half of your platform is Hassan Piker followers, and you're a stoner, so you don't have any room to talk about what are the worst kinds of people.
It's like basically like she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
So this fucking pick me shit, dude. It's gonna be the death of me. Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People can be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick me. Like, okay, sure, like that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emiru a pick me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans models calling her a pick me?
Because being an OnlyFans model or a booby streamer is strong and empowering. Yeah.
You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick me on earth than a fucking porn star.
Yep.
And me. I don't care about being called pick me. I've been doing this for over a decade now.
Yep. I was watching you. I remember your 30 questions asked by women for men. I remember that video. That was when, like 2014, good times.
I've been called it thousands of times. I am a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women are called pick me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community. Like all these VTuber anime women will be called pick me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick-me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason. Every woman is secretly a big progressive feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
Yeah.
And then in my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining.
And yet someone who looks like Casey Tron, on the other hand, she's starving for... Wow, she looks horrendous. Holy crap. On Emiru's worst day, she's still more attractive than Casey Tron.
Whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after...
Yeah, I'm yawning just from listening to her. Like sleepy time ASMR. Like.
A few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emiru came out with a statement. Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things, and an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political, it's basic human empathy. Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is, she didn't have to make it. She was basically forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emerald
Hell no, they didn't.
opinion about ICE clear? No. Of course not.
Of course not, because it wasn't the HR approved line. It wasn't the line they wanted to hear from her.
Nazi response.
Uh-huh.
Go f yourself in your PR apology.
Uh-huh.
And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb c***. Girl, we are not as dumb as you look.
Yes, you are. You're actually worse. No, hang on. Yeah, this one's right. I don't even need to see the profile picture, but they're right. They are not as dumb as Emiru looks. They're as dumb as they look, and I don't even have to see the profile picture to know that this person looks like an utter moron.
You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you.
Incel audience or not, racist chud and incel audience or not, she's still making more money than you are, pal.
All I hear is I support Israel and my name is Emerald.
Oh my,
Wait,
how the fuck did Israel get into this now?
what? Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinion.
And that is the problem. That's why these people are so against other people's opinions, because it's complete absolutism. You're with us or against us. It's black and white. There's no gray areas. There's no room for nuance. We're right, you're wrong, and that's it. And that's why these people are so retarded.
Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage Nazi-loving c***. You got orange around your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral... Oh wait, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so f***ing ignorant. This dumb c*** needs to shut her f***ing mouth. Stand for something, ho. That's...
I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this guy is, but look at him. He looks like an idiot.
What Trump wants.
And, well, look at what he typed out.
Get off the internet is so f***ing ignorant. This dumb c*** needs to shut...
The idea of get off the internet is so ignorant. No, try it, dude. You might be less insufferable.
Her f***ing mouth. Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on
downfall.
her was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin. Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration?
Yeah, this is the problem. The minute you start, it's never good enough. And this comes back to what Christopher Hitchens said. He said, those who are determined to be offended will discover a provocation somewhere. We can never adjust enough to please the fanatics, and it's degrading to make the attempt. And right here
and knew something was off about her.
is
Not
the
a good
proof.
statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin. Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration? They're
You cannot possibly adjust enough to please the fanatics, and it's degrading to make the attempt. And if there was ever proof that this was true, it's right here.
like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that
I
book
don't
to my
know this
toddler
book,
the other day,
actually.
and I was like, oh my god, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
No,
Those
you
are
can't.
Incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old. Ah yes, incels, known for defending women online.
Mm-hmm.
What? What the f does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it
Nothing.
just mean man now? It just means man. Man I do not like. I had no
Yeah,
idea this was a thing until
pretty much.
yesterday. How come no one told me Emaru low-key a femcel? Femcel! Emaru's a femcel! Oh my f- Do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions? I mean,
Emiru, a femcel. Not wanting to be derogatory or anything, but she could get any dick she wants. Let's be honest. There is no femcel about her. She could literally have any guy she wanted. In fact, guys would pay her to sleep with them. Wondering how that's different from her being a prostitute. Anyway, because she's not one.
have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just
Again,
look at her.
the
Look at
hive
her.
mind.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill. We need to do something about these male-centered women. Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men
Yeah.
just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God, go to therapy, do literally anything else than make it our problem. Fuck her, and especially
Yep.
fuck her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked. 30-year-old woman too
That's
scared to say
horrible.
fuck guys to keep her incel audience happy.
Yeah, if she did that, then you people would want her to say something else to keep you happy.
Let's hope she gets abused again.
Oh
Can
my
we do a
God,
better
let's hope she
person?
gets
Next
abused.
time this is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh.
And yet these are the people we're supposed to be taking our moral cues from. These are the totally normal people, yeah? These are the people who judge your morality for not saying fuck ICE. You know what? I'll keep my own counsel, and so should Emiru.
Her and f ICE and f you if you support this cunt. Emaru deserved what Miskiff did to her.
Oh my
Emaru
God.
For supporting ICE. I genuinely.
She
hope
didn't
the
support
kids-
anything.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
reported that one. Holy sh! What is wrong with these people? See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes it okay for me to say f***ed up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is f***ed up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, chud. Look it up. Nazis
Yeah.
deserve death, and silence is compliance.
And this right here goes back to what happened to Charlie Kirk, and what Blair White said is that they don't want to kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you.
May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
a Nazi that deserves death.
Let's put it a different way. You're not going to go to a toddler on the playground and ask him about rocket science or how to fix your car. Different, but hopefully you can see where I'm coming from with that. So why on earth would you go to a streamer who doesn't do political content and ask political questions?
What? After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emaru decided to follow right-wing grifter Shoe0nHead. Of course Emaru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fanbase. For the record, my fan base is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last video. Yes, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down.
That's true.
At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emeru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the Crybully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion. And when you are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind, it is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work. This shit works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, you know, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are like autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the crybully tactics. What happened is Emeru just saw like a shit ton of people who were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just gonna make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are.
Well, her associations with Asmongold is nobody's fucking business, that's why. You don't have to justify who you're friends with or why you are.
So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right? Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold, so it doesn't read as earnest.
Once again, you can never adjust enough to please the fanatics.
Almost a decent explanation, but the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere.
I feel like you're probably the elephant in the room.
Okay, now what about your best friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon or I'm not taking this seriously.
Oh no! Some random yammering yahoo's not going to take Emiru seriously if she doesn't denounce Asmongold. Whatever will she do?
You're friends with Assmold.
Asmongold. Okay, that's.
She's still friends with Asmongold.
Now, whatever you
Who
think
cares?
Of Asmongold, he is friends with Emeru. They are friends, even though
They have
disagree
been
with
for
each other. Crazy,
decades.
right?
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what they want you to do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Around
that is what they want you to
2018, I
do.
was facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like nonstop.
I seem to
Now,
recall
this
some of
person
that.
was a good friend of mine. But in order to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me, and in return,
And that's why you know that it's a mistake.
I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real, and the same thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this,
I'm glad to hear that.
is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful, and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emeru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did. It was a huge mistake, and it is not worth it, because you are going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually
you should,
wronged
yes.
someone. But you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun. There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
Exactly, so why should she bother? If I were Emiru, I would read this and tell Casey Tron, okay, well then, you can take this opinion, shove it up your ass, and kindly fuck yourself with it. Yeah, and then I wouldn't even block Casey Tron, I'd just mute her. Let her scream into the void about me.
There's nothing you can ever do to please these people, so why bother?
Exactly.
They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave. And
Yep.
I know, like, with
And piss on the ashes.
everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like,
Sure.
yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a Shoe0nHead video. Second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now.
Yeah, it is.
This type of stuff drives people away from the left, and more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because Woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10
How can you learn when you know everything? That's the reason why it never works out. Why these people never learn from their mistakes, why they constantly double down. You can't teach people who know everything. They're too stupid to know that they don't know everything, and they're too arrogant. But yeah, that's the reason why you can't teach them. That's the reason why they can never learn.
years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse? Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a majority. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I call the right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect the working class, you know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like,
well, that's because you're you're immediately to the right of Mao Zedong, and you know, so yeah, anything to the right of that is going to be a right-wing grifter, because that's how far left the left has gone.
Can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please?
Yeah, let's do something about that. That's something worth worrying about. That's something worth getting annoyed and upset about. But yeah, let's go after a tiny Asian girl who didn't want to have an opinion on politics.
Thank you. In conclusion, Emiru did nothing wrong. People are tired of having politics shoved down their throat. And you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here.
Yeah.
If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to Shoe0nHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you liked my yapping, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon down below. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video.
Yeah. These people are weird, and I do believe that they're either all bots, the ones commenting, or they're all just some kind of weird hive mind. I wouldn't say the Borg because, well... Say it! I wouldn't say the Borg from Star Trek, because as bad as the Borg were, they were actually cool. And you were forced, if you lived in Star Trek. Obviously, none of us do, but you had to take them seriously, right? But these, I would tell these people just to fuck right off and leave me alone. And then I would mute them so they couldn't come back with anything. That's if I would actually say anything. I recently had a thing where this dude was throwing shade at me for something, and I just muted him. I didn't even bother saying anything in response, because while he did get the last word, it doesn't matter to me what he said. But I don't want to deal with it any further than that, so I muted him. If he's got anything more to say, I'm never going to see it. And that's the whole point. So that's that video. Yeah. Like I said, newly employed, still in training, and content creation is going to take a bit of a hit. Not that I've been streaming all that much anyway, mostly because of bitrate issues, which if you have any insight and can help me out with, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, check out Poggers. Get stuff from Starforge. You'll be helping me out a lot with either of them. It's 10 and 5% off, respectively. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. Toodles!